welcome to ID Creatures. In this tutorial I'm going to trace over this sketch here that I have of a shoe or a sneaker. And what I'm doing here is I'm just going over the outer lines, okay? And maybe I'm just gonna modify some of it, but not too much, okay? And let's see. As you can see, I don't really close the lines like right there, but it's part of, maybe a style, or I don't know, just the way you sketch. Since it's not a final draft or anything, you can always just take this sketch and trace over it again and again. So it's not really a big deal if you don't close the lines, okay? Let's see. I'm changing some things, and that's also okay. I just used this and did an overlay because I had it here, but it's not necessarily because the design was final or anything. So let's see. What I want to show you here is that the way to do this right here, the shoelaces. I mean, I want to show you some other things too, but this is something that makes it look better, and maybe you weren't sure, or maybe you did know how to do it, but you don't apply this to your sketches. And the thing to do here is to sketch in different layers and then come back and erase some little details. And maybe you don't think it looks very different, but believe me, it does. And it makes your sketch look a lot better. So whenever you have small details like that, always work on a different layer and then come back and erase. Okay? And another thing that I wanted to show you here in Sketchbook Pro, and it works in Photoshop too, but since we're working here, I'm going to show you how to do it here. You have here one of the settings that says stamp spacing. So you want to modify this and make it go all the way to the right. So now you have a dotted line, and you can just come here and do some details, and it looks, at least I think it looks really neat to do it. So just play with it and see what you get. Let's see, I'm just gonna do another line here. See how that it's just a totally random line, and it makes it look very like you really thought about it even though you just sketched a line there. It made it look really a lot better. So I'm gonna merge the two layers and bring another one back here, and I'm gonna bring the color and just start filling this with color. Okay. Obviously the bottom is gonna be a lot darker, and let's see, I'm gonna use blue for the sole here. Okay, and blue here. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do the sort of, the shadow here to give it volume, and then the lighter areas at the top. Okay. And what's cool sometimes is that you can come back to the original layer where you did the lines and use this little lock here, and then come back and just with the other color go over some lines, and it's just gonna color those lines. It's not gonna color anything else. So that can be kind of neat sometimes, to come back and modify the color of very small parts, and it it gives it a nice feeling to the sketch. So I'm just gonna do a little shadow at the bottom to be done with this, because it's just like I told you, it's just a sketch. So I hope you liked it and you learned a little bit about brush settings and how you can achieve some interesting little details here. Okay, so I hope you come back and you subscribe to ID Creatures.